Hey everyone, welcome to another episode from Ampro Engineering. Here we are working on our Nikko project again, and as you can tell, it has been washed from the last time that we saw it. And the first thing I want to do before I dive into this is I want to know if any of this works. I do have I don't want to say correct, but roughly the correct radio for this. Cosmetically, it is the correct radio, but as you can tell, this is for the Radio Shack Golden Arrow. And this is a Sears Lobo, both vehicles, of course, being the Nikko Rhino or Nikko Bison, depending on where you are located. But unfortunately, this is band 3. This car is band 4. I disassembled the radio, and unfortunately, much like the car's onboard receiver, the crystal is soldered. So it turns out I don't have any options. In fact, I even located another radio from this other Radio Shack here called the Car Crusher Rock Runner. Same radio. Again, this happens to be number 3, so I'm out of luck. I do have a regular 27-band radio, and I went ahead and threw number 4 in here, so we'll see if we can get this operational. So I will begin by taking the car, and I plugged in this adapter here. This is nothing more than a Molex or Tamiya connector on one side and a Dean's plug on the other side. This is one of the earlier style Dean's plug, which all my cars have. And we'll take that and plug that into the battery. Next, we'll turn on the radio. And we'll turn the car on. Ooh, this is good. Okay, so let's see if the motor goes. Hang on a second. Uh-oh. So it appears that channel 1 and channel 2 are reversed for this car, which concerns me because that also tells me that if I use the steering wheel... Yes. That's forward. That's reverse. Oh dear. I'm going to put some of this bushing oil on this bushing right here. All right, we pop the back cover off, and again, it's just a Mabuchi motor. Well, the fact that we do have full operational vehicles, definitely a positive. However, it is reversed, so that might be a trick. I don't think it's going to be possible for me to drive this with a gun radio, but I do have a 2-stick, and that might be less terrible. So I'm not going to mess with the electronics. I had no intention of doing that. And the fact that the car is fully operational tells me that maybe there's going to be a way to swap out the crystals and maybe make this thing work properly. Might as well put the enclosure, the main enclosure, back on the car. There's all this. Hang on. You guys... You're seeing this, right? You're seeing this, right? Because it's not plugged in. What the hell is going on? Okay, that was serious. What the heck is this? Right? The car's not plugged in. See? It is not plugged in. Oh, okay, never mind. That's actually a great point. I forgot. Okay, this thing does have batteries, and I was super confused for a minute there. This actually brings up a good point. The motor needed the 7.2, or in this case 7.4 volts to operate, but the car does not. And the motor obviously won't work because that's powered to that's attached to the speed control. But the car only needs those batteries to operate the receiver and the servo. Okay, that is less creepy now. All right, let's see. Let's put this back on here. Same screws that we removed last time. Remember to always back thread. The main receiver enclosure's got all of its screws back in. I believe now we can put the roll cage back on without impeding our transmission load later on. As you recall, that was just held on with that one screw and these two back here, which also pass through this enclosure here and seal off the back. Cage is on, and now the body should slip in from the front. I see it tuck in slightly underneath this. There is the body. We'll put a little body pin there. I'm going to put some ball bearings in here. These are standard 5x11 ball bearings, and that is going to make this thing ride a little bit smoother. Fantastic. The last bit for the cosmetics are going to be the wing, which, as I recall, drops in like this. You can see the little hooks right there. And then just pushes forward. And there's one screw that goes right under there. So that was the easy part. We've got most of the car put back together. Unfortunately, we've got to tackle the transmission. This is going to be a little bit trickier because of these press fit little sleeves that are on the pivot point. So please stay tuned. The next episode, we'll tackle this, put some ball bearings in it, hopefully. And after that, we can then go ahead and get this car back on the road and do our buyer's guide. So thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you very soon.